it's nothing new, but it's so good to see you.
Today, I'm taking you on a journey around our hometown and show you some little hidden gems and some interesting facts too. So, have my brew. Let's get out of these. Now I'm dressed. Now that we're ready, let's go. As you can guess, I'm not in Harley. I am in my car. So, let's take you on this journey. Always get nervous when I start this car. So, I'm taking you round our town. I'm going to give you a bit of history because there is a lot of history around our town. And, well, anyway, let's get to it. I can't turn you around though because I've got a great big massive dashboard in the way. So you'll just have to watch me drive, unfortunately. So anyway, our town is called Bridlington, and it was a very, very small town. Now I'm going to start you where the town started, in a place called Old Town. Where I am, it's a place called the Priory Church. It's part of the Old Town, but I'm going to take you up the Old Town first. Now, Old Town was situated about a mile from the seaport, away from trading. The town of Bridlington grew up near the Priory, which was founded in 1113. It was much larger than the smallest hamlet around the harbour, almost a mile away, known as the Bridlington Quay. With its high street and marketplace, the Old Town was a major local trading centre until about the 1900s. Today there are still many interesting buildings to look and admire at, with some of the older buildings dating back to the Middle Ages. Bridlington's most famous architects: Dr. Francis F. Johnson, a CBE from 1911 to 1995. Francis Johnson lived and worked at the Cavern House, which is at 16 High Street. He designed country houses in the Georgian style and many churches. He also restored a number of historic houses. William Kent, from 1685 to 1748, was a nationally renowned architect, landscape architect and furniture designer, who was born at 45 High Street, Bridlington. Some of his work included designs on the Holcombe Hall in Norfolk and Burlington House and Horse Guards in London. So, I used to walk down here every day because I used to live back there right down there. And I used to walk all the way to school, and it was about 1.4 miles from my house to school exactly. And we have all little like alleyways that you can go down which take you all over. But this was connected to the Priory and the Vale, which is where we're heading now. I remember there used to be a marketplace. I'll put a photo of the street, but there used to be a marketplace. Yeah, it does bring back a lot of memories walking down here. I feel like I'm walking to school. Down here, look. And there's a big massive car park at the back. Anyway, I'll pick you back up at the Priory. This is the bale that is was attached to the Priory Church. The word bale, pronounced Beul, is derived from the French word bailey, meaning enclosure or ward. In the 14th century, the Bale Gate was adapted to become the gatehouse to the Bridlington Priory. The ground floor of the two-storey building housed a porter and an almoner. The role of the porter was to monitor the comings and goings of the people, take tolls for the entrance to the Priory markets and receive visitors. The almoner distributed food and ale to the poor of Bridlington. The first floor rooms were likely used as guest rooms, as in the other monasteries of the region. Now, as far as I'm aware, that used to be the entrance to the Priory, and this was built in 1113 AD. It was part of the monasteries across England, but now it is just now a Priory. So let's take you around. The Priory Church, as a sanction for wildlife, is managed in a way that benefits wildlife. Here we leave areas left unmown until the wildflowers have seeded, providing food and shelter for the insects that depend on them. The grass is raked off into piles and put in the wildlife areas. These piles form important food and sheltering places for many creatures. The main threats to our native bats and birds are habitat loss. Bat boxes, bird boxes, and undisturbed trees and bushes provide shelter. Bats forage for insects in the churchyard and use the boxes here temporarily roost during the night. All the common butterflies, like the red admiral, peacock, small tortoiseshell and comma, Priory Church. The plan shows where most of the extensive monarch buildings of the Priory were in the Middle Ages, right up to the dissolution of the monasteries by Henry VIII in 1537. The plan and model, which can be seen inside the church, are based on investigations in the 19th and 20th centuries and show a rate of buildings going well beyond the current churchyard into what is now the allotments and the rectory garden. All that is visible now are a few indications of where the cloister and the undercroft beneath the Priory's hall join the south wall of the present church. As you reach the end of the present church on the south side, you will see carved on the step line of transept. The transept was part of the church cross, the main building east of the nave, and going further eastwards would be followed by the choir, where the canons came 7 times a day for services. This section would have extended right beyond the current eastward boundary of the churchyard, making the total length of the church 486 feet, which is 148 metres, and it contained the shrine of St John of Bridlington, a focus for pilgrims.
This bit here, and we no longer have this bit here, and I think this here is the bale.
This is a working scale model. It's a 1/4 scale of the treble bell in the southwest tower of the Priory Church. The 8 bells hung in the tower were lifted in 1902 and weighed a total of 5 tons and 17 pounds. The model was made by Edmund A. Hodgkins and C. William Walton. The bell was kindly donated by Selhurst Limited of Bridlington, and you can also ask a bell ringer to demonstrate the action of this model.
We do this every day, and I'm still so amazed by you.